And hello, everyone, and welcome to Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Felicia, and I'll be playing Glory today in the Benefactor. We will be joined by Kate, Nick, Corinne, and Simon, our DM, though he doesn't have a camera right now. Don't forget that you can help or indeed hinder us by using your channel points in the game chat, or I'm already off script. Whoops. Well, you can also join the chaos by clicking the Discord link below, or give us a session twist by being a subscriber. Now, let's start on episode 72 of the Benefactor.
And welcome back as Felicia. Thank you, Felicia, for your intro. And thank you for doing it very last minute, me just posting what I normally say in the chat. As you can see, my beautiful face is not gracing the screen because something weird is going on with my internet. And I have to bring it down to that of a ZX Spectrum. So if you don't know what a ZX Spectrum is, you're too young. Anyway, hello, everyone. Hello to our viewers, hello to our community, and hello to our players. And hope you are all well. I mean, mostly I've seen two of you quite regularly this week. But Felicia, Nick, it's good to see you again. And
who are you?
I don't think he knows today, to be honest.
Yeah, who knows?
Where am I?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know you are, Nick.
What? Hey,
that seemed a little more creepy when without a face there. That's kind of weird. Anyway, so previously on the Benefactor, you guys went for a lovely lunch with the Duke himself, Duke Edmund Ostermark, and started talking to him about the various things. He started talking about the things that shot you to fame. Frankly, all of the goings on that was on. Well, he started alluding to the goings on before the siege of Ostergard. You started bringing the conversation around to his son, and the dinner was short-lived, as he gave you permission to investigate his son, looking through his son's chambers for any clues that you might be able to get to his apparent disappearance. The last that was detected of him was he was on a ship heading out to sea. And that was by Renata Green. Other than that, you picked up other bits and pieces along the way. You investigated the Kutoa temple that you know is in deference to the Kraken. And you found out from there that the Kutoa that were living there in peace were tortured and killed. apparently for some information. I think we left you in the library, or did you leave the library last time? I know that was the last scene.
We had got all the way back to the tavern where a
Yes.
certain.
Oh, my tower!
That's right.
I forgot!
Committed a huge amount of property damage by rather than
That's
sitting
right,
there and
it's
trying
all
to
coming
figure out what
flooding
that magic
back.
item that she'd been given does, just went, you know what? Fuck it.
Yes. Oh my god. How can I forget that? The last thing that happened was that Cora threw a small gold cube, 1 inch in diameter on all sides, onto the floor and saying sunrise. A tower 20 foot by 20 foot erupted from the floor of the top floor, 5th floor of this tavern, ripping through the ceiling and nearly bludgeoning poor Farewell, who was in the room next door.
I created a window between our rooms. It was delightful.
And a skylight.
And Noki was on the way there.
Oh yeah, there was footsteps up the stairs.
And there's a good chance that you fundamentally undermined the floor that we're now stood on.
Quite possible. I feel like I need to click on my playlist that's called Hijinks. There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, yeah. Well done.
Super well done.
I
We all
I
very
shouted sunset and it shrunk back down, right? But I'd left the hole.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's where we were at.
And
I'm just
that's
gonna
where we
stare at
left
Farewell.
off.
I thought it might be one of those, doors that into a fake thing.
That's already decorating, Cora.
Hi guys.
What?
I got a gift.
That makes holes in the walls?
Well, it didn't specify it should be used out of doors.
Right.
Either way, think of a good excuse because Noki is about to go through that door.
I don't have one. Anyone got mending? Anybody?
I think this is a little bit beyond mending, thank you.
Really?
It would take me a while to fix that,
And
but
we
I
have
don't
to find all the
mending, so it's
constituent
fine.
parts. Mending just doesn't make things, it just joins stuff together.
Yeah.
You're gonna need some Magi Domestica to help with this, because this is... Yeah.
It's at that point you hear bump, 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 and the door that leads into your corridor and effectively the apartment that has been made for you, the door explodes with a telekinetic blast, and jumping through the door with a pair of chakram in his hands is Noki. Like, where are they? Where are they? We're ready. We're ready.
It's fine, Noki. Stand down. We have a...
They gone?
Yes.
Yes, they're gone.
We
They
fought them
gone.
off, and unfortunately, they got the roof with them when they fled.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We can rebuild that. The bastards. What was it? Was it the wing things? The bugs? The sturgeon? I got these from the Summer Islands. You bastards! And throws one of the chakram up in the air. As it goes up in the air, you see his eyes flare with magic, and the chakram just starts zipping around.
So actually
It was
physically
invisible
can't
enemy.
look at him
Noki!
and has to turn around and just walks towards one of the corners of the room, and he's just staring into a corner. He can't keep a straight face, and you can just see his back is just like he's hunched over, and his back is just rising up and down as he's choking down fits of laughter.
I
It
believe they
wasn't
went
There's
back
nothing
to
up there
their
anymore. I'll bring it back.
dimension, Noki. It's
And it comes back
fine.
to his hand.
It was
Shouldn't be
invisible
left
enemies.
here
You don't know where they
anyways.
went. It was
When we
invisible
rebuild,
enemies.
we'll make sure that we enchant the roof. Yeah, we'll make it armored.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sounds
We
like a
couldn't
very
see what
good
they
plan.
went because they turned invisible. So
turned invisible.
Yeah.
When you say that, he throws both chakram up in the air, and at 2 different heights now, they're zipping around like drones. And you can see the look of concentration on his face as he telekinetically is making these chakram fly around at high speed. If they're up there, I'll get them.
Stop it!
Throw an acid ball up there.
No, Naki, it's okay. It's
Unfortunately, the fallout would probably be the stability of this building if I were to do that.
Good point, good point. We need fireball.
no, please no, Fireball. Oh, Naki, it's there's nothing here anymore. It's fine. There's the danger is
Sure.
gone. Yeah.
Okay. And,
Yeah,
the two
we can't
chakram
detect it
jump
anymore.
through the air
Farewell
and
was
back into-
looking for it just after,
hands.
just before you came.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Uh,
what we need you to do is, well, talk with the Magi Domestica to see if we can fix this and ward the roof.
I'll get hold of Luna. She'll sort it out for us.
Thank you, Nuki.
Thank you.
Next time I'll be fighting by your side. Puts the chakram on his belt, snaps his fingers, and the chakram disappear. Next time.
Don't worry, Nucky. We are quite capable. Thank you for coming to our aid.
I better get back downstairs before the stakes burn.
Yes,
damn
take care
it.
of the steak.
Ooh,
And
steak.
he goes back downstairs. Yeah, it's Papito steak. If you want, I'll have a few sent up.
Sounds
Yes,
lovely.
very, very much. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot you guys can't actually hear the stupid music that's currently playing either. There you go. That's the stupid music.
Well,
We can't hear it, but if you can send it
You
through.
can now.
oh,
Yep.
Uh,
It's Dixieland piano. Yeah.
that is now. Yeah, that just clicked over into the new one. Okay, we'll go back to slightly normal.
so
I-
Cora, sweetie,
I
let's not use a random magical item indoors again without consulting the specialist first. And tonight, well, we'll figure out
my
the
bedroom.
sleeping arrangements.
Yes, because there's now a skylight in your
Well, Cora's okay. When she falls asleep, she goes to another dimension.
Yes,
Yeah.
but she can still be soaked by rain. So.
Sorry. I mean, it's cool. For a brief moment that I saw it before I stopped it. I think it's a kind of tower with. I think it's a kind of tower with, like, you know, it's kind of like an island. It's a big tower with cannons and things.
Oh.
I thought it was like the house we stayed at Glory's. I thought it might be that. So I didn't think
is
it was
very
actually a freaking
similar. I
tower.
know what spell you're on about. They are closely related. It's the same principle, but different applications. The one you have is more for, well, outdoor use.
Clearly.
Traveling, you know.
Mhm.
Farewell, if you like, you can use my bathtub.
Okay, that's a drunk thing.
Oh. I thought that you just liked sleeping in bathtubs filled with water occasionally. So.
Occasionally, but it's
We
a
can always
pretty-
get you drunk first.
Yeah, we can get you drunk first and then you can use the bathtub.
Yeah.
I'm not making that better, am I? I'm gonna stop. We should probably move. I think the slates are loose. And I'm walking out of my room with the teetering
Yes.
slates on the
Well,
rooftop.
Lucky for you, Cora, I had the maids bring up a sofa to my room just a few weeks ago, so you can take that one.
Thank you.
You can have my bed. Farewell, I sleep on the carpet.
Well,
I like carpet.
I mean, no one's in Aiden's room anymore, right?
Oh yeah, you
That
can
is
take Ida's
true.
room. You can take Ida's room.
Yeah, I was gonna go sleep in there. To be completely honest, not to say that your room isn't lovely. It's just I have a routine, and I move and talk and stuff, and and anyway,
Yes, yes, you can sleep in Ida's room. I forgot that existed. Or that it was still there, more correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
Were there
don't
other
really
rooms
go
up
down
here,
there so much. We haven't really used the armory, I think.
Oh,
Well,
Mark.
I forget. Yeah, I forget what other rooms there were up here. How many other rooms?
Armory.
Just an armory.
Bedrooms and an armory.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so that's 6. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, there's
I-
Iden's bedroom.
Yeah, that's what we were
it
talking
said.
about. Yeah, Iden's room and then an armory. And he took the room
And
opposite
ours.
the armory or next to the armory. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Cool.
hmm,
Okay.
I can't believe you blew a hole in the roof.
Okay.
Honestly,
I'm
Farrell,
just-
it's not the weirdest we've done so far.
No, it's just.
Did anyone
it's
else
just-
get gifts? Was it just me?
that was
Oh,
just
yes.
it's just-
My auntie sent me this lovely cursed tablet.
I got
Why would your
a-
aunt curse a tablet and send it to you?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
it's
cursed
not
you?
a curse for me. It's cursed when I write other people's names on it, so they get cursed.
Of course.
Why would you-
What else would she get? Anything other than that would be prosperous words.
Mhm.
Only in character, by the way.
Are you okay there, Eclipse? I mean, do you need 5 minutes?
Words are hard.
Yes, I think
Have
we
you-
are slightly stunned by the majesty of this skylight.
Yeah.
And
I-
the
I
got-
full board.
I'm
I
just
got a amulet
shocked
that protects me from being detected, so no one can scry on me. Yay.
Oh, that is very nice.
Wait, did you also get something, Farewell? Did we all get a gift at the same time?
Apparently. All coincidental, because this is from the temple that we went to in Ostron.
Oh, cool. Yeah, mine's from the Summer King.
I assumed as much.
yeah, I got something too.
Fascinating. Well, I suppose the mail has been piling up while we've been away, so it was probably not at the same time. It just looks
Probably.
that way.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the postal system in Ostergard is notoriously poor. I mean, they keep getting like stabbed and jumped.
Eaten
and-
by
I know,
demons.
that's why my mail isn't going through there.
Yeah, and you remember that problem we used to have where you'd leave one of those packages outside and they're supposed to pick it up, and then some other random bastard would come along and steal it, and
Yeah.
and then you ended up having to booby trap all of your packages just to try and get them, and then there was a whole spate of just random people being hurt.
Booby trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was hard to booby trap them so that it was not the postal person that took the trap.
Which is also probably explains why the postal system is so bad that they're also getting like horribly maimed by like booby traps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel sorry for them now.
Very much so.
This is a very strange city.
You know now that the head of the Postal Guild is Cedrin Jadesworn, a half-elf monk and alcoholic who is the only person who would take the job of postmaster, largely because of his ability to, largely due to his ability to evade traps using the evasion perk. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we were quite lucky to have it here. But yes, it's come from us being out and about. Anyway, bed, because it's late.
Yes, and we do need to head out pretty early tomorrow if we're gonna catch up.
Yes, we're gonna see.
Oh, right. That's what we were doing. Yes.
Yes, we're running an investigation.
Tristain.
Yes. You guys don't have to
Yes.
go with me, but I am gonna take the ciphers to Renata and see if she can do anything about them. I'm not expecting much, but she's the person to ask if there's anyone who can do it. It's her. So.
And
I
no,
told you
I
she
think
won't,
it's
but sure, go ahead,
Oh.
Eclipse.
yeah. I've got no problems with that. There's a couple of things I need to do in the morning anyway, so yeah, you go do
Yes.
that because
I need to
I
pack a
don't wanna
bag.
sit there.
Yeah, are we taking the boat? What was the plan? Did we make a plan?
Our
Where were you
plan
even-
is.
Oh yes, Fair will have
teleport
the
to,
route planned out. How are we doing about? We're gonna need.
Well, it's
We have
simple.
a
Just-
ship. We're
Hold
gonna
on.
need a good crew, but will we be bringing a good crew through the teleportation and then onto the boat?
Yeah, we
Okay.
just need to teleport to Gold's Aster Mount. We probably need to talk to somebody to get us like an agreement that we won't be horribly killed, as they're
Eclipse, sweetie, do you take that
What?
with the Renata?
they're
Yeah.
xenophobic murder elves. So
Probably
yes,
best to
I'll-
talk to
Where?
Renata.
Yes, I'll talk to
Oh,
Renata
Sylvania.
about
Sylvania.
getting the
It's
teleportation set
the
up.
region that, borders with the Feywild, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Wait.
Yes, correct.
So theoretically, Cora could get us through there without problem, as she is a knight of the Summer Court, I think.
True. I don't know
Politically,
whether
they should not be able to touch you.
Maybe.
Eowyn turns around and says, "Ha, busted." She's invisible on your shoulder, but she does turn around and she says, "Ha, busted."
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you do technically have political clout there now.
Yeah.
Yes. Do I have clout in Sylvania though? Sylvania?
I mean, they really like their fae, so.
I do think I also know someone from there. Here in the city.
Oh.
Oh.
I've not seen her in ages, but
We'll also need supplies.
Oh,
for
that's
Oh, yes, the
couple of
lovely
weeks
lady.
sail.
the elf lady. Yes.
Sandra.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is pretty.
the one
That's
now.
a spicy one now.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now if Gloria had forced me to have a weird thought about her.
It was.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
She forced Cora.
Well,
to
it
have
wasn't Glory, it was Felicia who did it.
Yeah.
very,
It's always
That was the
Felicia.
dramatic
wicked
thing.
fantasies about this lady.
Yeah, okay. Lysandra. Cool, yes. Okay. Well, maybe if people are doing some stuff tomorrow morning, maybe I'll go, or maybe Eowyn can go and look for her. Maybe we can get some insight, or maybe she could join us. If she knows the people there, she could help us get through as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Well, then sleep.
As you look up, Kate, there's a woomph, 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 and this large owl-like figure looks down at you, moves their robes to one side and shows a deputation badge and goes, "Evening."
Hello.
Problems?
We have a hole in the
anymore.
roof.
For you.
It's deputation.
Yes, but one assumes he has a name.
Yeah.
It's usually polite to introduce oneself first.
He mantles on the edge of the broken roof and says, "Investigator Titanidus of the deputation. I'm-
I knew it.
Part of the cleric detachment.
Hi.
Spent here after the recent demonic incursions."
I'm Farewell. We're fine. Thank you. Bye.
It was an
Very
accident.
well.
It's okay.
Father Farewell.
I shall note in my log that no assistance was required. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
that'd be nice. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
With a beat of his wings, Titanidus goes up and flies off into the night.
Really
Titanidus
forget
being
how
one of
to
my
talk.
former player characters, by the way.
So,
Yep.
so
Yep.
not only are we now knee deep into a lie with Noki, where he thinks that we fought off some hidden
Invisible
assassins that blew a hole in his roof, which he's now going to spend the next 4 days mothering us like we are lost little newborns.
Oh, don't worry, Farewell. We won't be here for 4 days, so...
We now have what, in effect, is the police of the city wondering why we've now got a hole in the roof.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure Noki will fix that for us.
I'm sure weirder things happen in the city than holes appearing in people's roofs.
Indeed. And
It's
besides,
a world of magic
when they
after
come
all.
asking questions, we won't be here anymore.
Within 6 weeks of a demonic invasion?
Yes. Don't worry. It's fine.
I mean,
Magic.
Yes.
And I just make a bunch of images with minor illusion. Mostly of
I'm gonna-
explosions.
right, yeah, okay, right. Farewell needs to go sort things out before bed.
No, that's my problem. And I head downstairs.
God damn it.
Well,
You watch as Farewell gets to like Aiden's door, turns back around and just trudges after Gora, and he's like,
tell her my sofa's free if she needs it. And
I'm
Laura
gonna
had
go to bed now. You guys can sort out this mess.
yeah. Alright. Come on.
I'm coming. I'm planning. I was gonna do that anyway, but when you were I was gonna go tell him because he's too cool. He's too cool, and I can't pretend that we're under attack when we're so not. I'm my own worst enemy, and he should know that. He probably does know this. Walking down the stairs.
Yeah, probably, and that was probably show and dance for us all, or he was being very genuine. He's very nice when he's genuine, but I'm a little worried about the whole spinning blades around his head. I mean, that's an easy way to lose an ear.
Okay. Says the guy who can wield a knife that can cut through, like, freaking dimensions.
Says the magical Fey Knight that can summon animals from a bag.
Why
They
are
can all
you...
do weird things.
I know,
But none
so
of
why
them
are you
involve,
worried
like,
about
from-
Naki? Naki has cool stuff. He looks like he can hold his own in a fight. I would kind of wish we were being attacked, so I'd like to see what he could do, but I don't want to see what he can do when I am the person causing the problem. If you know what I mean.
I still think he should be careful about, things around your head. I mean, if he lapses concentration just for 1 second, I mean, we're talking zoom, and you end up with that strange haircut. You remember that one time I tried to cut my own hair?
I'm growing it out, okay? Jeez.
No, you're... How does every
I have that. You're talking about a strange haircut. I keep it. You know why I kept it
Like
short
your
on the
hair.
sides.
Yeah, I'm still not. You remember the time I tried to cut my own hair and I
Oh.
tried to put a...
Oh, that kind of stupid haircut. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
No, that was a stupid haircut, though. I mean, what
It
were
was
you
a
thinking?
Um.
No one
the
starts cutting
haircutting
on the
part of-
top first.
Yeah. I didn't think it would be that hard to cut my own hair.
You were wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, why are we on me again? I thought this was you and apologizing.
I am. Why are you following me? I'm just...
Because
Naki.
you looked really guilty,
No,
and I felt
I
bad. and
am
I thought I was
guilty!
a good friend. I was a good friend, and I come and support you, and now somehow I'm in trouble, and you're getting out of it.
Why do you always think you're in trouble? For goodness sake, come here. And are you coming or not?
Yes.
Okay. God, I kind of wish we were getting you drunk. It would be much better. Naki. Naki. I might
You
get
can
a
see
steak
that,
while we're here.
Even though it's last thing at night, Noki is doing what I guess is the equivalent of kebabs. There's lots of people who are not completely inebriated, although there's several people on their way to it. But there's a lot of people who are just having some drinks after a long day of work, and he's handing out what you know to be these kind of toasted, almost ciabattas with this heavily spiced steak and like coleslaw and salad and stuff like that inside. And the smell is amazing. It wafts out the door. You know this by experience. And there are people kind of coming in, following the smell, and just Noki's just handing them out and taking money rapidly, almost like he's got a burger van inside the tavern. And he's gone back into the flow of it, and between him and who would be on at this point, it would be Maggie. Between him and Maggie, there's yes, I wrote a rota for the horse and harness. Shut up. Between Noki and Maggie, they are turning over a hell of a profit.
You never get this back in Freetown. I mean, somebody would have tried to knock over the food bar about 4 times. You would have tried to have been robbed at least twice, and then there probably would have been a riot from anybody with the food.
Yep. That's true.
I miss that place. It was a lot easier, a lot simpler.
Mm-hmm.
You have seen Maggie throw a meat cleaver over 15 foot and strike a target true. Her dwarvish lineage, despite going into a career of food, has not been diluted one iota. Between her and Noki, who you're starting to see has got hidden talents, you're pretty sure they'd be able to deal with anybody who came up to them.
You know, if things ever calm down, we should totally go for a ride in your caravan. I mean, that thing needs probably a good oil. It hasn't moved in a while.
Yeah. I probably should look at that. My carpentry skills are probably getting a bit dull, and should do some maintenance on it, or at least get somebody to look at it for me. But yeah, I mean, if we ever decide to live a life at a pace that isn't breakneck speeds or stupidly dangerous lifestyle, we can go bimble around in a caravan for...
I mean, it's not always us that makes those decisions, unfortunately. I think if it was us, life would be much easier. Unfortunately, you know, people go missing or make silly... I feel weird saying that because of me, but you know what I mean. Like, anyway, right. Naki, you... Can I talk to you?
One moment, Cora. I can see the Goliaths are just about to come in, and you can see that he's got steaks which are practically haunches, turning over on the spit, and there's these huge loaves of bread, and he's slapping them on these loaves of bread and pasting over this this kind of red, I guess it's like a paste, and then putting a load of other bits on top. And sure enough, 6 huge Goliaths come in, covered in brick dust, and they say, "Noki, how's it going? Ah, my man, thank you very much, thank you. I'm starving. You good?" And he's, yes, and we're doing pretty well. I've got some work for you, by the way, tomorrow. What work are you thinking of? Maybe refitting? Roofing. Oh, roofing, yeah. Well, yeah, we can sort you out. Do you need any slate replaced? Almost definitely. Oh, okay, no problem. We'll head back in tomorrow morning. We're gonna go, sit under the stars and drink, Primari. See you later, my friend.
I mean, at least you're helping people keep employed.
Yep. Positive spin.
If we could ever have a legacy in the city, I mean, ensuring that people make money in a legitimate way is not the worst one, even if it is cleaning up our mistakes. That didn't come out as nice as I meant it to.
Yeah, I got the sentiment, but it was more that it was quite true what you said.
Yeah, I'm getting better at the truth bit, and at least, and
Uh-huh. True. Oh, see
Oh.
what I did there? Didn't.
Hmm.
Okay,
Fistfuls of silver lions get exchange hands between the Goliaths and Noki. Noki doesn't even count it and throws it into the till. And with them gone, he goes, Maggie, you got this for a second? We need to discuss probably tactics. Seems. And he heads over to a table, beckons you over, and the second that you come near the table, he snaps his fingers and the air ripples around you.
Have you ever seen one of these? And I pull out the little gold bar thing.
No, but it's pretty. What does
Yeah.
it do?
Ooh.
It makes holes in roofs.
Well, that's pretty useless. We have one already.
It's just I can hear them laughing through the other mic. It's wonderful.
I can hear Corinne laughing through the wall.
I know. It's great.
Yeah,
No,
you watch him felt he's biting his lip, and he's doing that, that bit where you're trying so hard not to laugh, but it's like it's just coming out of your nose, and it's just like he's just like.
No, Naki. We weren't attacked by some assassins or explosive experts or whatever you maybe thought. I did that. I didn't mean to. I did that. Sorry.
Yes, I immediately, on coming downstairs, went out into the street and asked everybody what they saw. And when they said that 100-foot golden tower coming out of the top of the roof, unless you have made so many enemies that the only people left are buildings.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Yes.
Okay. Well, sorry. The guys were trying to get me out of trouble, but I don't like you getting upset and thinking that we're in danger when we're just fools. I mean, me. I can't talk about the others. I thought I knew what it was. I was wrong. I know what it is now. So
You were trying to save face. I felt a little stupid because I was running up ready to fight and die next to my comrades, but
you looked awesome.
No. I mean, yeah, you look really cool.
I am awesome.
Yes.
Very lucky to
Yes.
have me.
Yes. And we're all really sorry that we worried you. And that we scared you. And
That's
I personally love the fact that you ran up to die trying to save us.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We don't have many people that would do that, so thank you.
You saved a lot of people. People that were close to me. The city owes you a great debt, and were it not for you, many of us, all of us, wouldn't be here. So,
someone
next
would have
time-
got those doors open.
Too late they would have. My opinion. Too late. And it wasn't just that. You went into that. What is it? There's an observatory, something like that. I've not been to that part of town. And they say you fought there as well. Renata refused to say anything about it, but she told me to be grateful for what you did in there.
Yeah. Well,
And that means something. So, yeah. Someone attacks you, as far as I'm concerned. The debt is, I would be a dead man anyway if not for you. So, someone attacks you, I'm there. Yeah? I don't think it's a debt that can be repaid. It's a choice, yeah? Most people around here, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about you, don't give a shit about me. Although I'm starting to see different to that after the siege. There's a bit of a community around here, something that a bunch of us are working to make more of. And but no, you stepped up for all of us. You could have fucked off. I mean, but I know what you've got. You know, I know you've got that fucking carpet. You could have been on there and well away, but no. Whilst everybody else was either hunkering down trying to protect their families, which understandable, or trying to save their own hides, you're the ones flying in. So yeah, just accept it. Yeah, you're one of us. We're one of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that's how it goes.
Do me a favor though, just so I don't worry about you too much. Less of the head first into danger and more of the assess then attack.
I wasn't going into much danger. You lot were there. You think I would have run in there single-handedly? Fuck no. I'm not stupid.
You say that now. But
Well,
I guarantee
you're running in to
come
save us. It's probably stupid.
There's yeah.
I give it. I kind of
If
try
you were
and
dead,
give
I
him
would
a
have been
hug.
out of there.
I try and give him a hug if he accepts one.
Yeah. He gives you a hug, and he kind of pulls these long, beautiful braids out of his face. Gives you this huge, grinning smile. Showing these beautiful kind of pearly teeth and these gold eyes, gold orbs for eyes, just glistening. And he goes, "You're okay. You're okay." I found it kind of funny after I swore about you. Kind of.
I won't lie. It was very funny. I can't even like hide that from you. I mean, it was hilarious. You know, do you know how much I'm going to be able to get away with for like going forward because I wasn't the one that blew the roof off of this place?
Not much. If history is any judge, normally it doesn't matter what they've done in the past. You know, the slightest indiscretion, and you've got it in the neck. Or am I wrong?
You're not supposed to be that insightful. You know, a little bit of just playing along for the benefit of me is a nice thing. You know, I mean, you don't have to always take their side.
My friend, I'm Kalashtar and a barman. That means I'm qualified both by blood and by profession. Anyway, I'm sure that you'll be able to use it in your defense. He gets up and says, "Anyway, at least you got to see what Summer Island combat training looks like. At least for a skirmisher." He winks at you and walks away.
Well, he didn't bite our heads off, so.
I mean, it's Nokia. I didn't think he would bite our heads off. I did expect him to be a little bit more annoyed. A little bit more...
I guess he knows us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's... What? Are you disappointed?
No.
Did you want to get yelled at?
What's the old thing? Sometimes it's easier to be yelled at.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. That's worse.
Yeah, you know, that sort of thing. And I think it all ties back to the father thing, the father farewell thing.
What is it with Eclipse? She will not let that go. I mean, it's hilarious every time she does it. I can't. I'm sorry. It is. It's hilarious because your face is great. Sorry.
Yeah. Just. Come on, you know what it's like. I mean, are you super comfortable being knight or?
No, it's weird. It's super weird.
It's super weird, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I get it. I can do things that I've never been able to do before, but like I don't want to say old, but like mature people and responsible ones, they have those titles, and they have their own churches and congregations or
Is it that
caravan.
it makes you feel like you've got a certain responsibility and you can't just be Farewell? I mean, we used to do some shit, man. We used to really get up to stuff. And, you're Father Farewell now, so you probably shouldn't do that, but, you're gonna, so...
I mean, it's not like I can play the lookout or the straight guy to any of the sort of stuff that you used to get up to, or, doing this smuggling and the things.
You helped sometimes, remember? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it was never anything. It was like low tier. It was fun.
Yeah.
I never got to do that sort of stuff before. Yeah, and now I feel like I should be,
responsible.
And, yeah. And I'm not. In the slightest. I think I'm the worst at being responsible.
Oh, no, you're not. Naki! Some shots!
Okay. If we're gonna do this...
What? I'm sorry, you felt like you were talking like you were missing it, like you were missing the old days.
No, I agree, and I'm totally on board and where you are, but I need to do something first.
Oh.
I pull out a jar, take the lid off of it, I put the pen in with the nib out, and I take my knife, and I cut my hand open. I just drain enough of my own blood into the jar.
I thought we'd have some drinks. Okay.
It will probably, he would be, because it's a natural thing and it's tied into who he's becoming, it will be Veilbreaker that will come out. And yeah, you just watch as like all that smoke coalesces in his hand, and he just woof and just drains it out into the jar up until.
Okay, so hang on. No. This is where I stop you, my friend. So, Cora, from your point of view, you watch as Farewell puts the pen in the jar, summons Veilbreaker into his hand, cuts his other hand, and disappears in a cloud of smoke.
Oops.
Farewell. You find yourself standing in a desolate wasteland. All around you is blackened, leafless trees. The soil underfoot parts when you step on it like ash, and winding around a ramshackle hut made of desiccated wood is a long since dried river. The hut is inexpertly built. There's clearly some sort of fire, or at least a flickering light inside. And between the boards that make up the hut, you can see that a figure is moving within. What would you like to do?
Oh, Cora's gonna fucking kill me. Why didn't I think? You've been saying to yourself for days.
Farewell! You return. Returning for more of my wisdom, I'd wager. Long has it been for me, but yet I wager only a moon or two for you. Let me see upon your young and succulent face once more.
I cast Summon Celestial Spirit. Panic! In sheer bloody panic. Like I sort of sit there and go, please protect me. And you watch as Farewell's whole body glows in this like silver aura. and this celestial guardian of the Raven Queen sort of comes forward, wearing like thick, heavy plate armor, and just sort of stands next to him as he just sort of.
Yep. So the celestial servant turns up. It is a diva, or Deva, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Deva. They are the very lowest form of angels, and this one doesn't even have wings. It is just a kind of a midnight. No, kind of a charcoal colored plate armor with a glowing silver light inside. You summoned me.
Yeah, I'm not sure A, where I am, and B, what's going on, and there's just something very creepy going on. Just
You
watch
are in
my
the
back.
realm of the Dark Muse, in a place where the cascade shall never fall again.
Okay, alright, okay, hold on. I'm just gonna note that down. Thank you, that's very useful. Hi, disembodied voice.
Hello? I'll be with you in just 1 minute.
Okay.
As far as minutes exist here. You didn't come with the lovely lady that you did last time. Am I to understand this is to be a private visit?
I think you have me at a disadvantage.
Of course. I have quite the impact the first time you meet me. And yet, you took my knife without a second word.
Is the voice coming from the hut?
The hut, yeah.
No. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me.
Only if you ask.
That's why does everybody have such good hearing? And Farewell will begrudgingly trudge forward, waving the angel to come with him.
Yes, the Deva is dutifully hovering by your side, only a few inches off the floor. And coming out of the hut is a dark, withered creature. You can't see the face, but a long tresses of matted silver hair fall from the cowl that is over her head. She hobbles on a stick, and you can see that her hands are gnarled and almost bestial in nature. She comes forward and says, "No further. I like my personal space."
Social distancing, very on brand.
The reason why I can hear you, Farewell Barebones, is do you think you speak and displace the air as you would in the prime material plane? Not here. The Dark Muse tries to sing the cascade to flow once again through this wasteland between the planes. When I first came here, I was as youthful and as beautiful as the Raven Queen herself. And yet, even I succumb to the wasting away of this plane. I was beautiful once, at least by the standards that you would understand. You came back to me by allowing your knife, well, my knife, yours, only for as long as your life endures. So, what wisdoms do you seek of me?
Okay, so this is going to sound a little weird.
I doubt it.
People, yeah. Anyway, so let's pretend we never met. In fact, that I have no understanding who you are or where I am. In fact, don't pretend, because I really don't. somebody decided to take that away from me. What is this?
It is Veilbreaker, of course.
Yes, I understand that it is Veilbreaker. It is some sort of artifact that allows me to do all sorts of things, including messing around
Nay,
with fate.
nay. It is a manifestation of will. As the gods themselves are able to rend between the planes of existence, so too can you. If you can imagine that you could coalesce, manifest certain things, maybe if you were to distill joy into a potion, fear into a spear, boredom into a country or a castle, that blade that you bear is one that I took from a god that was shattered into many pieces. When I picked it up, the gods tried to dismiss me, but then I was quick enough to strike a bargain. It is our job, our role, our honor to see to the destruction of all things. The simple duty that you know to usher mortal beings back to the cascade and into the astral sea is only one part of a greater duty. For us, we also protect and maintain the infrastructure that leads to the astral sea. Nothing is worse than what you see before you. Your mind is trying to think of the worst possible permutation of what you see around you. You do not stand on floor, farewell, bare bones. You do not look up at sky. These are comforts that your mind puts in place. You can't deny the truth, which is why I'm sure it looks terrible to you. But you are trying to give form to something that your mind can't fully understand. And yet here you are, you stand, not in nothingness, not in destruction, but something between, something that once had purpose. I am a bandage. Think of me as that. Once I sang, and I sang beautifully for the Raven Queen and her predecessors when the gods themselves took the various duties. Not that they were a touch on our mistress, you understand. And I sang so sweetly, and for so long. And thus I have the power to hold this place and stop it from spreading. It has become my prison and my domain.
So, what's causing the damage? What's causing your need to be here? What's causing you to have called me and giving me this gift?
I did not call you. You called out to your goddess, and your goddess gave you to me.
No.
I hold this place together because desecration happened. Farewell, bare bones. Desecration. The undead menace you know as Orcus. When he touched this plane, part of the cascade died forever, which is why, should he ever return, the first thing he will seek to do is rend me apart in this weakened form and allow the cascade to finally be silent. No more souls coming into this world. No moving on to the astral sea. Just a being of stasis and decay.
So, is he doing that?
Always, and has been doing so since the planes themselves existed. Thankfully, now he has been cast deep down into the abyss.
Oh,
Even
that's good.
now, if he was to climb for 1,000 years, he would not be able to reach its summit. He is in a place that twists and turns. He tries to climb in a direction. He cannot. He starts to scream out and hears his scream hours later. He is in a place of perpetual chaos, a place suitable for a demon. And yet, if his followers were allowed to continue to exist in this plane of existence and take the power they did before, he would no longer need to climb. They could call to him, as once I sang to the gods of the great infrastructure of life,
Do you
of the passing
think
of the
this is
cascade, of the souls taking their rest. They could sing to him and pull him from the abyss.
okay? Yeah, no, and don't get me wrong when I say I get all of this is bad. But I don't understand why I'm here now, or what's going
You
on.
came to me, Farewell. You made the
Not through
supplication of blood.
choice. Oh, 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 shit. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that was an accident. I didn't know that that's how that worked.
How
Oh.
disappointing.
Yeah, trust me, you get used to it. This is kind of taking me off guard, so I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do now, but look.
Typically, one asks me for a single wisdom.
In that case, how do you save someone that's stuck between realms, that's trapped in some form of limbo, that's tearing themselves apart?
Typically, if they were put there against their will, you have to find who put them there and defeat them. Surely they will have some sort of machination, or it will be a spell that they concentrate on. Ending them will end the spell, and they will go where they need to go. If they are closer to death, they will go to the cascade and move on, as is Our Lady's rule. If they were brought there from life, and they still have the will, and she looks at the blade, to live, then they shall return. Alternatively, you could... There are other ways, but I guess to use those would be difficult. You could use time. Probably not the best idea. Or you could use... yes, life. You would have to go and find them and imbue them with life. You see, in order to do this, you would have to give them so much of yours or somebody else's life force that they would be immediately returned to their own plane of existence. Do you know of the banishment spell?
Yeah, I can banish. In fact, I banished a fair few demons. Actually, it worked very well.
Good. But what I mean is, when you banish something, but it belongs to the plane of existence that you banished it from, its astral signature gets restored over time and pops back. Whereas if you banish something back to its own plane of existence, well, its astral signature is where it belongs. You see? So, you say you can banish. You could banish these people stuck between realms back to where they belong.
Interesting. Thank you. That's really helpful. I don't
Anything
suppose
for a champion of the Raven Queen.
Oh. That's good. I'm probably going to be back at some time because I may have more questions when my brain can actually work. It's been a rather long day, and I was actually supposed to be doing shots at this very moment in time. I was having like this big moment with my friend, and we were trying to have a reconnect and just have a moment, and I ruined that, and she's probably going to be really upset with me because I promised I'd stop disappearing on her, and I did just that. So how do I leave in the nicest way possible? I mean, if you want, I can leave my friend here for a little bit to talk to you. He's got about 8 more minutes before he disappears. So, if you want someone to talk to him, he's got to do what I say.
She looks at the Deva. The Deva looks at her and goes,
We've met.
Oh, see, look, so there's no awkward introductions. You can actually have a full-on conversation. It works out perfectly.
Both the Deva and the Dark
Well,
Muse
actually,
look
sorry,
at
it's
you
up to an hour.
and then
so
at each other.
It'll be like 50 minutes, not like 5. It's more like 50 minutes. I mean, it lasts for an hour, so,
You asked how to leave, Champion Barebones. Simply will it. And watch out for when you get back. I hear the transition is grueling.
Nothing is ever simple. But yeah, I mean, hang out. I mean, if you don't really want to, because there's history there. You can go. But otherwise, she was very helpful. So I'd really appreciate it if you would just, keep it company for a bit. Okay. Bye.
I will do as I am commanded.
Farewell just pops.
Yep. So, Cora, from your point of view, a few seconds have passed, and then Farewell pops back, and literally it's been like 4 seconds for you. Farewell, you've lost all your hit dice, and you have a point of exhaustion.
Whoa! Oh, that sucked.
What?
Ah.
What the hell was that? What? Why did you cut? Let me see your hand. I want. Is it cut?
It's perfectly healed.
What?
What was that? Why is there a pen in a pot? And you were about to bleed yourself all over it. We were gonna do shots. You're not even drunk yet. I don't understand. You do that after you get drunk.
Well,
what is this pen? I've never seen this pen in my life. What is it? Why?
So, you remember all that cipher that we found that no one could read?
Uh-huh.
This is the pen that does it.
So you could read it all along?
No, I can't read it at all. No, I can't read it at all. But what I'm gonna do, and I basically throw Veilbreaker away and pull out a proper normal knife. What I'm gonna do is
tell me before you do it.
Reattune it to myself so I can use it to write with, so only I can read stuff.
Uh-huh. And you have to go invisible for 4 seconds to do that?
What was it? Only 4 seconds? It was 10 minutes for me. I changed realms. It turns out that if that thing draws my own blood, it ports me to a different realm where there's this dark muse that gave me this manifestation of will. And she knows things. And, apparently, I went there before, and I can ask her questions. But we were doing shots and spending time with each other, which was more important. And so I came straight back.
Okay. Right. I would say this was odd, but to be honest,
I mean,
the
come
last
on, this
few
is not...
exactly. I can't even. So you found out where you got the knife?
Yeah, and what it actually does, and what it actually means, and
Oh.
still very much creeped out by it, and very deeply unhappy with it. But it does mean that maybe I can do a bit more work on it. And Muse,
Well,
in between
see.
sleeps.
Okay. Shots.
Make it a double. And I cut my
tray
hand
of shots gets brought to you.
Oh
and,
god. Oh
I,
god.
I fill up the jar just a little bit. Yeah.
Don't ask,
There we go.
Noki. Just
And
don't even.
cure wounds.
I know better, Cora.
Uh-huh.
See, look, all healed. No
Oh.
scar.
That's... There's
See?
a jar of blood right in front of us. This is
Yep.
not strange at all. Cheers.
I drop the pen in it, put the lid back on into my bag of holding. See you in 24 hours. And then, and start doing shots.
Sure.
This is
Sorry, I
so
had no idea
irresponsible. I
that you were
love
going
it.
to use Veilbreaker for that, which is why I was like, oh god, he's cutting his own hand. What? Oh no.
So, shots.
This is
Shots.
highly irresponsible. What the hell are we doing tomorrow? We're going to a
Well, we're gonna
death place, and then
Yeah,
I mean,
we're gonna go
just one
Sid
other.
and-
What is he doing? I can't tell
imagine
if
this-
he's trying to do a good thing or a bad thing. I just don't know.
I imagine doing a good thing by doing a bad thing. It's usually what heroes do, isn't it? That they set out on a great and righteous path and end up, turns out actually they may do a lot of bad on the way, because often they do more bad than they're good, because solving everything by sticking the pointy end in the bad man is usually the worst way of dealing with it. And hopefully it doesn't end up with, like, he opens a tear to, like, an eldritch abomination and we end up having to fight it. I mean, could you imagine how Glory happy she would be, like, trying
She
to have
would
to
love
fight an
it.
eldritch abomination? I mean,
Oh, she would
do
send
you
it
think
home.
all of her birthdays came at once?
Yep.
And just I think he's trying to do good. I don't think he's gone off the deep end. I just think he's taking the path of least resistance to try and do some good somewhere, and doesn't really understand what's going on, and we'll have to
Maybe.
pull his ass out the fire because it. Oh my! We've got the ability to do it. So why shouldn't we?
True.
And you never know, you can meet a load more Fae people. We might find a way to physically get you to the Feywild during the day where you don't have to sleep and you can go spend some proper time with them. Or
To be honest, I don't really sleep when I'm there. I don't know why I'm not exhausted the whole time. I clearly must sort of sleep, but I guess it's like a dream where you're asleep here, but you're awake in the dream. It's really weird. But if we could find a door, you could come see Enola.
I'd like that.
That would be kind of cool.
That'd
Maybe
be
you
good
could
to
all
see her
come.
again.
You
Yeah.
must make sure that Glory doesn't throw any acid around and Eclipse doesn't end up in another oubliette or whatever, but we'll be fine.
I think she'll be much more calm with.
I don't
the
know. They
summer
like their
storm.
emotions. That's,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
you've
they'll
seen.
Yeah, exactly. And
He has a tendency
and-
to kind of nudge it,
Yeah, that was really weird.
Well, they like emotions. They don't really have them very much, so they kind of just, I don't know, they kind of get off on them. It's a bit weird. He's probably listening to everything I'm saying right now. I should probably... Nucky, keep him coming.
He likes to watch.
Yeah, if you get angry. Jesus. God.
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
we've had
I
one
thought
shot
we
so
agree-
far.
I thought we agreed that we wouldn't kink shame in this friendship.
Oh, God. Okay.
Hey, look, I'm the one that's just lost like a big quart of blood here. I mean, it's
I-
not my fault that I'm going
That's why
through-
you're getting drunk so damn easy, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, let's make an
Should I
agreement.
do the same? So, what? Wait, did you say you're going to be able to write with this thing after this?
Yeah, and it'll be in code, and nobody else but me can read it.
What's the point? Are you gonna write pornos or something to yourself?
That'd be a little weird. Because what? Couldn't I just think that?
Why? Well, why else would you write a thing that only you can see? What's the point of it?
Because there might be things that I don't want anybody to read that I'm working on.
Then why write them down? Keep them in your brain. You know that's what a head is for.
Because sometimes, and you watch as Fel takes his book out, and he basically shows you a load of schematic.
I mean, I can hardly read this as it is.
Drawings and symbols. Well, I'm working on my own spells. I saw Glory does all that sort of stuff, and I thought, well, why am I always doing the same old boring cleric shit? Why don't I do my own stuff? But the thing is, if I accidentally make something that's pretty nasty, and I realize that nobody else should be able to do that, the truth is no one else will be able to, because only I can read it, and as such...
Okay, well, as long as you don't turn into a evil overlord, I'll be fine with that.
I don't think that's quite in my genetic makeup, to be honest with you, and I don't think lichdom would suit me.
No.
You know,
you lose all the color and.
Yeah, and just the skeleton is. Yeah. Come on, let's get drunk and then let's go to bed.
Yeah. Okay. 5, 6. How many shots? 6 more shots. Then we're stopping because you got to do something tomorrow.
12 more shots.
Yep.
Sure. A bunch of extra shots get brought to you, and you notice that some of the shots aren't necessarily all the same color.
I don't. Are they all brought by Noki?
Yeah, Noki puts them down, and with a bit of a smile, he walks away. You can tell that of the 12, they are set up symmetrically. 5 of them are clear, and 1 of them is very slightly amber and smells of honey.
We're doing the amber one first, right?
Is there 1 or is there 2, Simon?
Symmetrical, and there's 1 each of the amber fluid, and then for each of the no, you did 12, didn't you? So 5 each of the colorless fluid.
Is one of them a drink and the rest is water? I don't know. Amber, let's do it.
Okay. Farewell. Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. 9.
9. Bon appetit.
Oh. Okay. Not sure what that means, but okay. C'est bon.
Okay. You neck the amber fluid, and it tastes nice. There's a definite main honey tone with some spice, clearly pretty strong, and there's almost like a tinny taste to it. It's at that point that you can see that every dwarf within a few tables is grinning at you maniacally. I want everybody, I want both of you two to make Constitution saving throws.
Hurl.
It's not good. It's not good in the slightest. It's a 5.
I did a little better on my Constitution saving throw. I got 17.
17. Okay. So Cora, this stuff goes down.
I got a little bit better.
And Cora, you see that as this stuff goes down, you're there. Just suddenly, the whole world just seems to slow down. It's great, and you're feeling like you want to dance. You want to jig, and just doing well. And you watch as Farewell just looks at you, looks around at the dwarves, smiles at you, and keels over.
oh my God, Simon, something very exciting happened.
Oh no!
Jordan, you beautiful boy. Where is it?
Jordan, you are a beautiful bastard, and we love you.
Love you very, very much.
Farewell. There's like 5 more shots.
Let's go.
Could not have been a better time. Farewell,
Steve,
please roll me a D100.
Steve.
Okay, hold on.
Please, Steve.
Steve!
I want Steve.
We
Pull
like
out my
Steve
percentage
here.
dice, man. That is a 92.
That is not Steve.
Sorry, 62. 62.
62 might be
62.
Steve.
Okay.
Steve.
So Farewell keels over, and within about a few breaths, he starts to snore loudly. And I don't mean loudly like normal loudly, as if it was amplified by the thaumaturgy spell. Yeah?
Oh,
They
this is
can
so
hear it in the
embarrassing.
street when he does the first kind of you
Oh,
can see
God.
the people in the street suddenly just jump as if some huge beast has just snarled at them,
Oh, God.
and everybody in the bar shuts up and looks at them.
Noki?
Uh,
A little
every sound that
assistance?
Farewell makes is amplified as if it's coming through a stadium speaker.
I'm gonna run around the table and just try to stuff my hand over his mouth and call to Noki to be like,
when you do that, Farewell's like, and when he does that noise, it reverberates through the entire building to the point where Glory and Eclipse can hear it.
What's happening? What's happening?
I'm gonna slap Farewell, try
so
and wake him up.
Glory and Eclipse, some sort of wild creature is clearly. You're thinking like some sort of dire boar might be free in the.
I like lazily grab my lash knife and I like.
Glory's out the
like-
door in her lingerie, holding 2 of her acid fangs, or Freeman's fang as they're called. Just like, all right, where are they? Oh,
Okay.
it's just Farewell.
Yeah.
So,
I got like my lash knife ready. I was like, what?
So I mean,
More assassins. More assassins.
there aren't many sites that are going to distract a bunch of people who are drinking from someone who's been supernaturally amplified. But the sight of a tiefling coming down, literally just in her lingerie, wielding 2 dripping dragon's teeth, certainly gets them suddenly staring at her. Glory, you're getting the usual kind of stares that people are looking at you both in disbelief and suddenly forgetting their manners, as in you've got enough charisma to be able to turn many heads. Also, you can see a very sleepy cat is there with a very sharp knife and a chain.
Yeah. Going,
Oh.
a real stab. Stab. Where's the stab?
I should imagine that Eclipse does that kind of cat yawn thing where her
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
body
Stretches.
lengthens and So and Farewell is fast asleep, but incredibly loud. When he smacks his lips, it's like someone's clapping in your ears. It's really quite painful.
Oh god. What the hell happened? What? Noki, what was in that drink? Oh god.
You
No,
were going-
hi. Hi.
You wanted the finisher. I gave you each of you. You had 5 shots of Klashtar vodka, and the final one was. And he kind of.
We
looks
drank
a
it
little-
first. He's not even touched. Because it
Why
looked
would
the
you drink
most
a different one
exciting.
first? I mean, come on. You've got 5 that look the same and 1
I
that looks
thought
different.
the others
It's
were
clear
water.
that
I
the
thought
one
you
that
were
looks
gonna
different
try
is
and
the easy
sober us
finish.
up.
Why would I give you water? I mean, come on. I get paid for everything that I give you here. You know,
Oh.
you think I'm going to get paid for water?
I
No,
don't.
That's true.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
This is
Noki,
dwarven rust
sweetheart,
wine.
do you know a silence spell, or at least this spell magic?
Why is there magic in this drink? Noki.
There isn't.
Why is he snoring so damn loud?
Why is he so loud?
Well, he's a magic user. Maybe he cast it on himself as he fell asleep.
I mean, he's done some weird shit tonight. You don't get me wrong.
It's powerful. It's a powerful wine. The dwarves drink it, but you know.
It's very plausible.
Counterspell won't work, right? Because I don't know what the spell is.
It's a bit late for counterspell.
Yeah.
Counterspell. The horse is bolted. You could, if someone knew
I have
to spell
nothing.
magic, they could try that.
No, that's why I asked. Does not.
Yes. We'll just put
Well,
a
Noki
gag
has
on him,
that.
Justin.
That's why I was asking him to put
Oh,
this
Farewell
the
knows to
silence
spell
around
magic.
us. Yeah,
And
great.
silence.
Yeah.
I.
So he tries the silence spell, and the sound cuts through the silence spell. Everything around Farewell now is silent, but Farewell isn't.
I make Farewell invisible.
Okay. Farewell is now invisible, but still very loud.
It's fine. I feel like I'm trying to make my friend not get the reputation of this crazy, like, loud, snoring person who couldn't hold his liquor. So I'm trying to just hide the fact that it's even Farewell.
Glory, give me an Arcana check.
Right. 10.
Oh, dear.
Whoa.
At 10, yeah, you're not sure. You think it might be a curse.
I'm gonna.
Well, I'm not sleeping here tonight. I'll see you in the morning. You will just
Sure.
miss a step and go through this city to Emanuela's place instead.
Emanuela's. So, are you getting dressed first?
No.
Why?
Of course she's not.
I'll not.
Okay, so yeah, you watch as Glory just kind of dismisses the fangs and in basically bra and panties
Probably
just walks
grabs
towards
a
a wall
coat
and
since
then
it's a bit
disappears.
chilly this time of year, but that's about it.
Oh, okay, she picks up a coat. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very
Carpet.
much,
Where's the
Jordan, for this.
carpet?
And Eclipse is gonna grab a sock from someone, probably Farewell. Like she will take his boot, his invisible boot, take his sock and shove it in his mouth.
Farewell is wearing
You can
half
hear.
plate. He doesn't have boots.
Oh,
He has plate greaves on.
I'll take off his greaves then.
Wait! Don't try. You'll suffocate him. We can't even see where his mouth is. So you don't know what you're doing. Where's
interested there.
is Farewell still wearing like the big bag with the carpet on his back, or is that upstairs?
That's upstairs. Yeah, he wouldn't have come down with a carpet.
Eclipse, give me, help me with the. We'll put him on the carpet. We'll fly somewhere further away, and he can just sleep it off. I mean, I can only keep this invisible thing for like a minute, so let's just do this quick, and then maybe the reputation won't be the Father Farewell is a snoring crazy person who can't hold his liquor. Oh,
Yeah,
and I
let's do
grab
that.
while we do that, I grab the cup of blood and pen on the table.
That's in my
That's in his
That's
bag
in my
holding.
bag.
Oh, you could put
That's
that
already
in
in my
without it pouring everywhere? Okay, fair enough.
It has a lid.
It's like a
Jar,
mason
it's got a
jar.
lid.
Yeah.
Oh,
mason
it was a jar. Okay, fine. I'm expecting a little
Jar
pot.
Jar.
Jar Jar Binks. Okay.
Yeah, these are really big about that.
Oh, what is happening today? Okay,
Yeah.
I run upstairs. I can't lift it on my own. Yeah.
Frustratingly, by the time you get back down, all you can see is a bunch of people who are kind of all looking at a place where an invisible person is neatly snoring at regular
And basically, as he becomes visible again, because it's only a minute, I can keep concentration up
Yep.
for. So he
Yeah, so,
instantly
yeah,
becomes
you've got a
visible
very-
before we are able to actually get him out of here.
I can turn him invisible normally if you would like.
I just.
That lasts for an hour.
He's not snoring at high volume now. He's snoring normally.
Oh, okay. He's normal. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it stopped. It
Oh.
stopped. I mean, he's still snoring. I slap him slightly to try and stop him from really snoring. Well, it's not. I mean, he had no bed to sleep in anyway. Roll him onto the carpet, and
Yeah.
can we try and fly the carpet back upstairs to Aiden's room
No,
or
but
something?
if you get him out to the front door, you can fly him in through the hole you put in the
Yes.
roof.
Yep, we'll do that.
We'll do that.
We will definitely be doing that.
Sure. You barrel him
Slightly
outside,
very
and Farewell. You know, Farewell. You get this wonderful dream. You're flying. It's great. The rest of your nights, Farewell, is you neatly snoring away. Where are you going to put him, girls?
In Aiden's bedroom, I think. In Aiden's bed was the plan. Wasn't
If
it?
we can get him there, if we can lug him all the way there, yes,
Yeah,
we'll just
between
pass
the
him
two,
out
yeah,
on the
sure.
bed.
Yeah.
And Cora will, before like collapsing somewhere on some, so she may even just go lie on her own bed, to be honest, with the roof like wide above her, looking at the stars. But she's gonna run back downstairs, try and like make sure everyone's ignoring it all again. Apologize to Noki, down at least 3 of the other drinks, and be like, sorry, we should have. We'll do this better, another day, and go back up and just pass out on her bed, going, that did not go quite according to plan. Yeah.
Oh.
And this is a point where we will take a break because it's 9:45, and so yeah, we're going to take a 10-minute break, everybody. And when we come back, I guess the Liberty Quarter of Ostergold is about to get a very interesting visitor. See you then.
Simon? Hello?
Simon?
Did we lose Simon as soon as we went live? Possibly.
Are you muted?
Well,
Hi,
that
everyone.
would be hilarious.
Hi
No
everyone.
DM.
We're back.
The
No,
inmates run the
I'm-
asylum!
Damn. He's
I'm
back.
here. It's just you all sound like you're.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I'm here. It's just at the moment you all sound like you're doing the whole share thing. But anyway,
Do you
Can hear you
believe in life after? Okay. Our DM might not be able
it
to
actually
understand
happens
us.
as well.
Amazing. Okay. Are you okay, Simon?
Simon, are you okay?
Are you okay? Are you okay, Simon?
Simon?
We know where we're going. We're going to sleep right now
You've been
anyway.
hit by-
Yeah, we're going to
You've been
sleep.
struck
So
by-
everybody goes to sleep.
Everyone goes to sleep. We wake up the next day. What happens next? Question mark. Cora
We
has a
wake up,
bad
have
head.
breakfast.
Well, not that bad a head, but a pretty bad head.
Dum-dum, dum-dum.
Dum, dum, dum.
Your internet connection is unstable. No shit, Sherlock.
No,
We can
no.
hear you now.
We can hear you. Just if you can't hear us, it's a bit difficult.
Yeah. I may actually move myself in a minute
Come.
and put the internet thing in, but I can hear you mostly at the moment.
Okay. You need like a double headphone thing in Corinne's thing, and you can sit next to her.
You can
Don't.
come here.
To be
and
fair,
share
that
my
never
camera.
works. It only works if both of us were players. If it's one DM and one player, it never works because I hear her above everybody else. I prefer to be focusing on you all equally. Yeah. But anyway, we will get that sorted out in a sec. So you settle down to sleep, and you're all frozen again. Give me just 1 second, and I'll plug myself in. Hang on.
He literally means himself, everyone.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
Tech
Simon is-
issues.
Yes,
Someone
he-
remind me to make that
He's
emote
jacking,
when I'm done
jacking
with
back into the
schoolwork
Matrix,
this week.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. We are, funnily enough, we are only 6 subs away, people, from getting another emote slot.
Are we really?
Woo! Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause, you need 15 sub points to get for another emote slot. We're currently at 7.
Ooh. Exciting.
Fancy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Very
Don't
exciting.
mind me just breaking the place.
Don't worry, you're fine. We'll stick some
Do you
music
want
on
help?
for everyone
Are
to
you
chill.
alright?
Bear with us, everyone, as they have a
Yeah.
break in the crazy. I mean,
Meanwhile, we can
we could
just...
just RP some new scenes. We could just go for it. How's our morning go? Who gets-
What are you meaning, Minion? What are you talking about? Why are you gonna ruin it, Amy? What do you mean?
Don't
Oh,
be
boy.
mean to us.
What are you gonna do? What are you
What-
gonna do, Minion?
What could he possibly do? What do we have in the high end
What do we
slots? I'm looking. Chaos Priest. Ooh. Oh no, I think
Chaos Priest is, that's
they've
just
already
useful
Minion's
for-
already a Chaos
that's
Priest, I think.
just-
Yeah.
It's
Well,
got to be a
why-
wild magic. It's got to be wild magic is pretty low at 5,000. I'm on 24.3 thousand right now.
I'm at 32. I'm saving for the Chaos Priest roll so I can have it because we
Uh-oh.
as players are not allowed it unless we actually get it through the point system.
Oh, are we
Yeah.
allowed it then? Are we really allowed it then? I don't believe a word of it.
It's just a Discord roll. It's for flexing.
It's like, how about adding this?
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
4 world magics at once. Someone is gonna be a plant. Someone has to become a plant.
Minion, your evil ways makes me very scared.
I'm so
Makes me
glad
Love it.
you're one of our
incredibly scared.
subscribers. And get extra points because
Yeah.
this is gonna be fun.
Sister. Also, I think we already thanked you, but thank you so much again, Jordan, for the bits. We
yeah.
really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
everyone, and thank you for bearing with us right now. We appreciate it. I feel like,
I
do you
don't know
guys
if it has.
want to do
it
a
might be
scene in the
listed.
morning?
Well, I
What?
think we
Oh, wait,
were
Glinda.
moving on to like Glory going into the Liberty Quarter, basically
There you go.
storming her girlfriend's
Oh,
house.
see, I don't know how to RP
in
her girlfriend
lingerie.
though. Oh,
Oh,
So
there we go,
apparently
Simon.
it's our Wi-Fi that's fucked. Now that I have relocated to our dining table, we're fine.
yay!
Yeah.
You look like you're now a 80s rock star, but I love the
Yeah,
look.
it's pretty
Oh,
much
I
that.
see.
He has. I've
I
teased
go
him.
down on my own.
It's a very nice like buff thing, and I've teased him endlessly about it, talking he's like a 90s gangster or like a Slavic housewife.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I haven't had a haircut in 7 weeks, and I needed one at the beginning of it. So
That's what a razor's
yeah.
for. Or just
Yeah.
scissors.
I bought some
chopped mine-
clippers and cut my own hair.
I chopped mine weeks
We
ago.
have clippers.
Totally level.
No.
You get
Oh,
some
no,
better
no.
clippers because this is getting way too long.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now no longer a D&D stream. We are a Watch Simon Get His Hair Cut on live stream.
yeah,
Maybe
maybe
that's
new emotes a lot, and Simon will cut his hair.
if we
off.
if we hit 15 subs, does Simon
Yeah,
shave his head?
if we yes. If
maybe
we-
maybe it needs to be more subs than that.
We will
If I
cut
shave my head, then I'm
Simon's
going to
hair.
need this.
If
Anyways.
we hit 50 subs, we will cut Simon's hair.
Yes.
Anyway, so
away
as
from the
you guys
stupidity and
are
into the
heading
game.
off to sleep,
Back into the stupidity, you mean?
across town, two completely legitimate and law-abiding citizens are leaning against a wall. These completely legitimate and law-abiding citizens are by no means looking out for people who are, let's just say, disapproved of by certain individuals and either disallowing them entry or taking them down an alleyway for, let's call it, social rehabilitation. One of them is called Marv, the other one, Boff. Marv and Boff are not what you would consider to be nature's great thinkers. Marv is a half Goliath and standing around about 7 foot tall, bristling with muscles. You don't know what his other half is, but you know no one's ever been able to ask him. Maybe some form of rhino. You're not entirely sure. He's big. He is very, very big. Boff, on the other hand, is 100% pure blood bugbear. Both of them are leaning up against the wall and kind of doing so in a way that makes them very proud of the fact that they're leaning up against a wall. As people are going past, they are kind of giving curt nods of approval and, telling people that they're safe to walk past. And then, vroom, 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 vroom. And
Right.
standing in front of them is in a coat and very little else, tiefling. Who are you?
Glory.
Well, I can see that, but who are you? What do you want here?
Hi.
If you want to be part of the Courtesans Guild, they're very picky about that. You've got to go back into the city,
Oh, please. Rachel is a dear. Now, I'm here to see my girlfriend. Move away.
Both of them kind of stand up. Marv cracks his neck. Boff cracks his knuckles. And they say, I think you got the run of the place, dear.
Oh, please. I know I do. And Glory will head in anyways.
Okay.
And I don't mean she will push herself through. She will.
Sure. As the two of them are like, you need to learn some respect. Where'd she go? It occurs to you that you don't exactly know where you're going in the Liberty Quarter, and who you're going to stop and ask for directions.
Do I see any of the normal children I know works for her?
They're fairly easy to spot,
And
especially in the
besides,
Liberty
Simon,
Court.
by this point, it's been a few weeks since Glory got together with her. I'm expecting that she has been in and out a few times.
Okay. The times that you've got together, she's taken you a different way each time.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
there's at one point you were at a salon. I'm going to say it's Mildred's salon because I've spoken about her recently. So Mildred was showing off some of her new creations, and she had the ladies what lunch all about the place. And when you went to Emmanuel's chambers, always the same set of chambers. In this case, it was just going up to a pair of doors. She opened the doors. You were like, oh, interesting portal. You walk through. She closes the door, and when you look back, the door isn't there anymore.
Fair enough.
It's pretty much been that way every time.
Annoying.
But yes, if you have been visiting her, you immediately see one of the urchins that walk around. When they walk around in the city, they look like beggar children, and they're putting on the act. They're playing the character. When they walk around the Liberty Quarter, they walk around with their head held high and with a certain amount of authority, even over the thugs.
Mm-hmm.
And when you walk up to one of them, I'm going to say it is a... Oh, okay. It is a... Actually, that would not make sense. So instead, it's going to be a tiefling child.
Hello there.
Powder blue skin with two little kind of diddy horns. Tiny little diddy horns. Like
W horns.
Yes, nubby horns.
Can I help you, miss?
Yes, I am here to meet with Emanuela. It's a surprise.
Lady Emmanuel, is she expecting you?
Well, she should know I'm on my way in by now.
And the urchin doesn't question you and says, "Of course, miss, if you'd like to follow me here." Mm-hmm. You have a feeling that this urchin, if she was anywhere else in the city, she'd be like, "Oh lordy, miss! Oh really?
Mm.
You're gonna be," and really playing the character. But at this point, she the way that you're talking to her, she talks very professionally. And she walks up to a little scruffy dog that's tied to a post outside. There's an old lady that sat outside her house. Little scruffy dog that's tied to the leg of a chair, and the old lady is reading a book, a battered old book. She looks up at you and the urchin and just carries on reading. The urchin goes up to the dog. Kind of the dog has little floppy ears. Little flea-bitten thing. She lifts up one of the ears, whispers into it, and then waits for a second and says, "If you'd like to follow me, miss." Mm-hmm. And you go down the side steps going into the cellar of a particular building, and you end up in the thieves' tunnels under the city. Various sewers and things like that. You know, they're partitioned off in other areas of the city, but in the Liberty Quarter, it's pretty much where everything is.
Yeah.
You descend down into darkness, and after a while, you have pretty much lost your way. You do notice that there's an arcane element to this, and that is that after a while, you find yourself kind of just being disorientated, and it's like you're making check after check after check until you just get it, and you're like, oh, in order to get to where I want to, I have to give in to this. The second you give in to this, a door appears in front of you both. And the urchin under her breath goes, "Oh, finally!" And but it takes a while for you to finally give in. You open up. She opens up the door, and you're in a neat little corridor. And you recognize some of the kind of architecture here. You're quite close to her quarters. As you get close to her quarters, you do see a familiar figure as Merrick Briarstone toddles down the corridor and says,
Oh, Mistress Glory, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Sorry, Ambassador, if I remember the thing from the papers. Ambassador Glory. Well, indeed. Yes, I was just speaking to the king herself. So, yeah. Sorry, they do use Queen now, don't they? It used to be that they only used to call the King of Thieves the King of Thieves, regardless of gender. But I believe she prefers Queen. Oh. Anyway, Her Majesty's in fine form. She's just had a lead on one of her projects, so she's currently quite excited. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Good day.
Lovely.
And he walks off into a side room where you hear the last thing that he says is,
"Come on, Bernie, we've got work to do."
And you can hear,
It's Bernie.
Yeah, you carry on down the corridor and you open up into this wide underground chamber. There's one wall of this chamber, which is around about 2 floors high. There's kind of a mezzanine floor, which you know is her bedroom. You very much know is her bedroom. That has like a kind of balcony off the mezzanine that looks over the rest of the bottom floor. One wall is 2 stories high, full of books, with this kind of ridiculously large ladder that slides backwards and forwards. There's a large fireplace, which you've never seen anything other than fully crackling and full of life. And there's leather sofas. There's a huge dining table, which can seat around about, it's about 14 people. Very, very big. It's pretty much takes up one side of the room. And then there's this kind of cwtch area, which has that's a Welsh word, which is leather sofas, big fireplace, big coffee table, and all the rest of it. And lying on a chaise longue with a book and a glass is Emmanuel, the Queen of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Darling, to what do I owe this pleasure?
Well, I finally came home and it looks like we're heading off again tomorrow, so I thought I'd see you before then.
So soon. You realize if I knew you were going to spend so much time out of the city, I would have recruited a different girlfriend.
Yes. It is not ideal, but I'm sure you've heard of our next project by now.
Yes, and I've got a few projects of my own, so if anything, I think we are probably well suited in that regard. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Mm-hmm.
What's your project?
Oh, so we are going to go looking for the Duke's son. He's off on this travel. We've already got a few leads, and Farewell managed to fix a route for us. We're heading out for Sylvania in the morning.
Sylvania?
Not looking forward to that.
Well, they are a bit up themselves, but they can be good fun. I mean, for one thing, they're hedonistic as hell, so just play off that.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be easy, especially with Cora there. Having a Knight of the Fae will, they won't
that
have...
gives you position, but be careful. Position means that they expect things from you. If you
Mm,
were what they would consider to be ignorant mundanes, they would be willing to let certain things go, maybe with the threat of punishment, but they'd largely just be toying with you. If you have a Fey Knight amongst you, then they're probably going to be less tolerant. Be careful of accidentally insulting them. You know how these knights are with their duels.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so I had no idea that Tristane was missing. To tell you the truth, we don't really look into that. We mostly enjoy the level of sport that we have with the Duke and his guards and his lawmakers. So, and the Duke is up for a game, so we keep it like that. Keep it
He
simple.
wasn't that worried about it at first, but there were a few details that he was not aware of, and it made things complicated.
Interesting. Particular details I should worry about?
Well, maybe. I'd say look out for suspicious people in the near future. The
I am suspicious people. I'm the queen of suspicious people.
sweetheart, not that type of suspicious. No, Tristane's friends underneath the city.
Oh, I've only recently discovered those, yes.
Yeah, they were all killed.
How terrible. By anything we should be worried about?
Maybe. We don't know yet. That's.
Why should I be worried? I mean, Katoa, it could just be a bunch of locals stumbled across them, saw monsters and killed them.
It was very much ritualistic, and from the head, if I well interrogated, people dressed in all black. I'm sure they will come looking, at least around here, for them.
Cults. Okay, well, that changed the game somewhat. I'm sorry, but I have somewhat of a monopoly on clandestine underground organizations, and I don't like anybody on my territory. She rings a little bell and says, Vastra, tomorrow morning, please. And puts the little silver bell back down on the table. Well, I have managed to find a route to a very powerful artifact. It's going to take quite some stealing to do. I'm going to be sending my agents, or maybe going myself, I haven't decided yet, to the plane of elemental fire.
Ooh, fun.
Yes. Yes, it's got an interesting artifact called the Brand of Agathis. I was a little worried about it myself, and I was apparently the same of the armor spell that certain pact users use. But the Brand of Agathis is apparently this, as it says, it's like a cattle brand, I guess, except the end is always burning. And you kind of use it not so much as a weapon, but once you are able to successfully brand somebody with it, they have to resist your will or follow it. And I'd rather get that out of circulation if you don't mind.
Yes, I do believe it would be better in your coffers than someone else's hands.
Well, I just want it for the prestige, you understand?
Obviously.
So I can show it off and prove that I am very much the queen that they expect me to be, that I am able to steal anything, anywhere, from anyone. I play the game at the very highest level, and I remain the champion. But getting that out of circulation, I think I'll be dealing a blow to certain forces. And legitimate governments here in Ilaria are going to be very grateful that I have taken it out of circulation. When last I heard, they were trying to sell it off to a dragon.
Yes.
A dragon in hell, no less. Terrible, terrible business. I didn't realize there were that many there. But yeah, so yes, I have a lead, and you have your own opportunity. I should imagine that Edmund will give you pretty much whatever you want for returning his son and heir to his lands.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe this is a great opportunity for us. Even if the others don't realize it.
Indeed. Indeed. Anyway, you came to me, and she kind of looks over a book, wearing very little for either rest or exercise. Which is it?
I got woken up and decided, why not have some fun? And Glory will literally drop the coat off.
Exercise it is. And with that, she leads you up to a bedroom.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. And so, yeah, fair enough. You've told the Queen of Thieves what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the next morning over breakfast, she will ask if there's anything that she can do to help or anything that you would need from her. Anything?
Cool. Let's see here. That one probably. I don't. Guys, help! I'm drawing blank in my brain. Do you guys have anything you want me to ask her for help with for this next mission?
mean, she might know of their organization, so maybe talk more about that and that they were ritualistically tortured.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, ask her to look into at least that group because one, we don't want them operating on her turf, and two, I don't really like the idea of people ritualistically murdering a bunch of sea priests, even if they were worshipping the Kraken.
Yes, and also because she might be the only other person who might be able to know a way to get rid of that, to read the ciphers.
Yeah, I might tell her about the fact that Farewell found a pen that could write in ciphers.
Yeah, she just chats about that and says, yes, it's I rated amongst one of the and this is over breakfast. I rated amongst one of the better arcane inventions of this century. As far as I'm concerned, because previously you would normally have something that would write in cipher for you, and it would kind of put the cipher in your head. With this one here, it just writes a bunch of nonsense, but that nonsense is an aid memoir. So it unlocks the memories in your mind, just makes them really crisp and clear as if you just wrote it. So you feel those thoughts, those words, as if you had just freshly written them down. It's wonderful. It circumnavigates everything with a few extra bits and pieces, depending on the type of pen that you have. It even manages to get rid of general divination of lore. The various things, and I'm referring to the legend lore spell. So yes, because there is a version of the pen which lets you forget unless you read it. So if anyone's trying to use the legend lore spell, someone has to know it. Well, if you've forgotten it, you don't know it, and it's just held in a book. You can't go and read the damn thing. Unless you are actively reading the damn thing, legend lore is useless. So, a clever way around current spell mechanics, I believe they call it in the university. So, yes, I consider it to be quite the boon. And at that point, a live half-orc woman dressed in black, with a pair of daggers at her hip and what seems to be a slender crossbow, but without the arch part of the bow. It's like someone's taken the bow off a crossbow, but it's slung across her back. Walks in silently, no footsteps at all, with a jet black dog right next to her. Kind of a live creature that is just slinking along beside her. And bear in mind, both of you two aren't wearing much, probably less than you were last night.
Probably.
Vastra does not bat an eyelid as she comes up and gives this huge kind of flourishing bow. And Emmanuel says, yes, Vastra. There's a cult in the city. They took out the Katoans at the borders of our lands, and they are currently skulking in our alleyways and searching the sewers ourselves. I assume that as my bloodhound, you'll be able to find them. Vastra bows again, deepest respect, and says, I will pick up their scent momentarily, my queen. And with a dismiss gesture from Emmanuel, the half-orc woman, the half-orc woman walks up to this gaunt-looking hound, runs her fingers through its fur, and you can hear this kind of panting and the tail suddenly wagging. Up until now, the dog seemed almost unworldly, and almost like it was a spectre, but it was clearly physical, but just acting weirdly. It acts momentarily like a loving hound, and then she mutters something into its ear, and it darts off down the hallway, and she stalks away after incredibly quickly, but absolutely silently. One of my best.
It is good to know that we have people looking out for the city. After all, well, there's only so much the guards can do.
Indeed. Although, for my mind, I would like the guards to be involved. I shall make sure one of my informants do what they do best.
Indeed.
And you've heard this before. Most of the informants that inform on the Thieves Guild are actually in the employ of the Thieves Guild, and their job is to inform on the Thieves Guild to the guards what Emmanuel wants them to know.
Yeah.
She plays both sides.
Of course.
And with that, you enjoy the rest of your morning with Emmanuel until you saunter back to the Hawk and Harness. Clothes are offered to you on the way back. Emmanuel basically just gestures to her wardrobe, points out the one dress that will kill you if you put it on, and then says that you are free to use anything else.
Yeah, I will grab one of her lovely dresses because they do have similar style.
Her dresses do not reflect light in any way. They tend to be dull. Well, not dull colors. They tend to be darker colors, but colors nonetheless. And they are silent. They are made of the best silks and satins. You know that she's gone thieving in these dresses.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, as for the rest of you, you wake up the next morning. Eclipse, you wake up, no problem whatsoever. Cora, you find yourself fading back into this world, having had a lovely day, or day-night, whatever you want to call it, with Enola. Is there anything that you would have said to Enola that's specific, or is it just another lovely day with your partner?
Just catching up on some of the mayhem that happened, and I think we probably had a bit of a. I don't know. I think the nostalgia that started with Farewell probably carried on with Enola, chatting about old times.
She laughs, and when go on.
No, I was just carry on your thing, and then I'll mention.
So when you start mentioning recent things, she laughs almost cathartically. You have a feeling that life at court currently is very boring. And she listens to you absolutely rapt for the entire time. When you mention the possibility of coming through...
yes, that was...
coming through to... Yeah, sorry.
That was what I was going to go. Be like, well, we're coming close, maybe. Is there... Apparently, Sylvana has doors to here?
Oh, Sylvania has hundreds.
So...
It's where the elves came into this world.
So, if we found one, could we come visit not in dreams?
Many of the cities do have one. Which city are you going to? Or are you going to a city full stop?
Oh. Damn it. Farewell did say the name of some place, and then said if we're not killed by murder elves. So all I really
one
heard
of the
was...
high elf cities.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, he seemed to think everyone was going to murder us as soon as we got there. Which is probably gonna...
Well, the high elves are... They make Father look... No, actually, that's incorrect. Father's the worst of the lot. But you're one of his. You belong to him. So, you know, he forgives you a lot. And, well, frankly, you've never insulted him. Which is good. Carry on with that, not insulting him.
I will attempt... do that.
Depending on his mood, it could be fatal. But anyway, the most of the cities that belong to the High Elves have a door. That's normally where they built them. They built them on a form of portal to the Feywild.
Okay. I mean, I mean, we're kind of on a tight thing, so we probably can't do it on the way through anyway, but maybe on the way back, if, you know, we've...
Yes, and especially considering if you're coming back that way, there will be a time dilation. you are saying that you don't have time for it, you could turn up 2 weeks before you left, or you could turn up a year, 2 years after. Probably best to.
Yeah. I don't think everyone's a little touchy about time at the moment, so it's probably best not to mess with that anymore. Okay, yeah, no, we were. Well, I mean, if
there
you.
are ways, though. There are ways. If you're willing to prepare, and if you're willing to ask the high elves to help you, we can help you on this side. We can get it so that time dilation is not going to be difficult. We can't send you back in time. That's an anomaly that happens from time to time. But we could get it so that only an indiscretion of, well, hours or days would be instead.
Okay. Well. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well. We'll see. But that would be cool. It would be really nice to.
I'd like to take your friends hunting. I'd like to see Farewell again.
I know.
And, well, I'll try not to call him father, but I must admit it
Don't.
would be...
Well, actually, if you did do that, that would be hilarious, but he may hate you. So... It depends.
Do it anyway.
It depends. If your dad likes rage, it would stir some of that. So
it would be like handing father cookie dough ice cream, which ironically he eats it, but he's not the biggest fan. But it would be like handing you cookie dough ice cream.
You should so do it then. Well,
Yeah.
that would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah.
Everybody bullies Farewell.
Huh. Okay. Cool. Well,
We should go hunting at some point.
we should. I know. We should go hunting, riding the big tiger cat, Mittens.
Mhm.
Can we do that? Is he okay
I'm
with
pretty
that?
sure Sir Mittens would be very happy to.
Oh, that
to
would be
oblige.
so amazing. Okay, well,
I believe that he offered you a ride on this side.
well, I think I can call on him if I need him.
Here you can, yes.
Oh, only here?
He is technically a vassal to you, the Heartsguard of the king or the queen or the princess is above any regular member of the order. Technically, you can tell him what to do.
Technically.
Oh well. I don't know. I kind of hate that. I'll ask him next time when we go hunting. I'll see if he wants to come.
Oh,
I don't want to order
fantastic.
people around. I don't. It feels like slavery, and I can't do that. I mean,
Well,
Enola
I am-
is not Enola. You're Enola. You know, Eowyn.
anyway,
You know, I kind of said to her if she wants to go. I don't know. She's kind of a good friend though, so hopefully she wouldn't.
well, she's sworn to your service as part of her existence,
I
but
know.
also that's what sustains her. I mean, every day of service to you is food and drink to her. She doesn't have to worry about her power. In fact, she grows in power every day, because she serves you. But yes, on top of that, her reports of you when she's gone back to the Summer King have always been fond and favorable.
Good. Oh, I'm gonna wake up with such a head tomorrow. I mean, we
Yes,
didn't
I-
drink
I
that
can see
much, but
you're-
we hadn't drunk for a while, so it was a bit stupid.
She runs her hand through your hair and says, "Yes, your hair's a beautiful set of colours,"
Mm.
and shows you in the mirror. Apparently, when you're drunk, your hair is multicolored in the face.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I actually forget that my hair can do that rippling color thing. Must remember Cora can do that cool thing. Okay, yeah. Well, that's a telltale sign. I should learn to deal with that one day.
I might have a mission for you at some point as well. I need to go and speak to a member of the Winter Court, but I don't trust them. They would gain great renown if they were to kill me. And, well, I'd rather not die. So,
No, been
yes,
through that.
if you... if you are willing at some point. I mean,
Yes.
Time doesn't really matter here. Sometime in the next 400 years will be fine.
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
It's a tradition. It's kind of due, but it's time doesn't really work here all that much. So really, it's down to qualification and portent. So it's a case of when the last tree of a forest dies and when the frog sings backwards and all that. It's and at the moment, everybody is kind of
Singing
everybody's
forwards.
arguing over whether or not it's everybody's arguing as to whether or not the time is upon us, and I doubt that they'll be able to settle this debate in the next 400 years or so. So we're good. Just when you guys feel like a change of pace, some ambassadorial duties.
Great. Well, we often feel like a change of pace, but the world conspires against us. But okay, yeah. Again, if we can actually come and I can bring the others, is that a thing?
Yes,
We'll
by
worry
all
about
means.
that in 300 years. Oh, they won't be around. Okay, that doesn't.
Yes,
Well,
just
this is-
just use Sylvania. They can step straight through there, and as
Exactly.
long as I say, you speak to the high elves, just get to know them. The high elves are very self-important. Just let them talk, and they should be fine. You'll be fine.
Treat them like glory. Got it. Okay. Excellent. I can do that.
Thanks.
So
Sang.
as you wake up, Eclipse, you wake up from lovely dream on Glory's sofa, I assume. Cora merges back into existence and kind of half asleep on her chest. Little sprite wings unfurl, and in a very kind of Tinkerbell waking up kind of way, Eowyn unfurls, yawns, cracks her back in a very unladylike fashion.
So loud when you do
And,
that.
I don't know what it is. Every morning at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And she flutters up into the air. And farewell, you wake up with a horrendous hangover.
I go find like I just fill up like the bathtub and just dunk my whole head in it and just stand there for like a good sort of like 10 minutes, just completely submerged from like the shoulders up and just like trying everything that I can think of other than blowing spell slots and to try and like clear my head.
Sure.
I think you can actually use Lesser Restoration to get rid of a hangover.
Lesser Restoration does do that.
Perhaps an abusive use of magic to solve
Yeah.
a rather mundane
It's a case
problem.
of my God gave me this power. Look,
Yeah. The solution
she's not going to be
when they
pissed at
cause
that.
all problems in high fantasy life.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time he did it.
Oh,
No.
good question, Jordan. Did the loud snoring do any damage to his throat?
Oh, I mean, you've got the usual cheese grater throat, Nick. You know how it is where the acid from last night kind of built up a little bit. You went from
Acid.
wine to whiskey, yeah, and you the tannins dried the throat out, and then the whiskey came in for the kick. You're feeling pretty fucking rough.
It's fine. I think
Eclipse,
like breakfast.
knowing that Farrell probably has the worst hangover, is being as loud as possible.
Thankfully, you've got your head submerged, Nick, as you can hear the bum 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 bum.
Father farewell.
You hear?
Yeah.
You just hear.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
up?
It's like
Okay.
there's a sort of like that out the back towards the door, and it's just sort of like just stays there and just like fine, you can make it through the day. Yay.
Whilst brushing her hair, not Enola, whilst brushing her hair, Awen says to you, Cora, that's why he ducks his head into the bath. That's how he rehydrates. I hear this about about mundanes. If they drink too much, they need to put water back in, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's alcohol is good, but it does dry you out and give you a headache because of that and things. So he's probably gonna just sit in the bath for a bit. He can do that. It's quite impressive.
Well, at least he won't drown.
That would be quite a thing.
You and Enola are getting domestic. I like it. It's cute. It's warm.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird living two kind of separate lives and I don't know. It's odd, but it's nice. I mean, it's kind of cool, special. I get two things.
Two lives.
Kinda, yeah. I can't quite imagine what the whole 400 years thing. That's crazy. Am I just gonna stay there? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I can't really take that in at the moment. Trying to think about it.
You do have a different body when you're in the Feywild, I've noticed, and that doesn't happen to mundanes when they step through a portal into the Feywild. When you're in the Feywild, your body is different. It's younger. There are scars that you have now, and she kind of walks up and just touches like a scar from one of your previous fights that's just on your face. It's been healed neatly, but you know it's there. And she kind of puts her hand out and she goes, "This isn't here when you're over there." And have you noticed your skin's a lot better?
Hmm?
So much clearer.
Yeah. It is. That's cool. That's a good thing. I'm happy with that.
Well, at least you don't have to put your makeup on twice in the morning.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Once when you go to wake up, and once when you go to when you wake up again. That would be strange.
That would be a pain.
Hmm.
Sometimes I don't bother changing it overnight. Does it look bad? Look bad?
Well, you did kind of collapse onto the bed, and you kind of onto the sofa. You kind of laughed a little and then passed out and then faded.
That's about right.
But you turned up fresh as a daisy in the Feywild, and looking. You always look amazing for Enola as well. That's got to be good, right?
The Feywild is a wildy Fey place. I don't know. I think I'm hungover. I need a drink. Wander to stumble around. Am I in... Where did I can't remember if I went back to my... I think I went back to my bed and looked up at the stars. But if I didn't, and I wandered to someone's sofa,
yeah.
whose room am I in?
I said you woke up on the sofa, but you woke up wherever you went to sleep. That's your choice.
Sure. Well, I wander myself out.
So you could have gone to Glory's bed if you decided to go to Glory's bed.
Who knows?
I don't want to go to Glory's bed.
Would you? I don't know. I think Glory walked out of the place wearing very little. Laura imagines that she might walk back in with one or two or more people to that room. I don't think she wants to be lying on the sofa when Glory returns. So
don't want to be at ground zero, do you? Nah.
Not really. No, so I think she'd rather sleep under the stars, to be honest.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, you woke up to a beautiful blue sky. And so
that's gotta hurt.
Well, either that or I kind of like that.
No, I meant if you're that hungover and you wake up to bright.
It depends how bright it was. Like
sky.
If the sun was shining
the sun was coming in from the horizon, so it wasn't so bad.
It's just I see blue sky and I'm like, oh yeah, I am in my room. Okay.
Okay.
Wander up.
So yeah, you'll get up. What would you like to do with your day? He says, with 13 minutes left on the clock.
Can we quickly do the scene of just see if, because I'm not expecting much, so we can get this out of the way with Eclipse and Renata and see if we can get those ciphers decoded at all.
Sure. You go to the Green Mansion and immediately get let in. And when you get in there, you can see that there is in Renata's study. Previously, at the Siege of Ostergald, you saw it turn into a bit of a war room. The same is true here now. You have one of the Duke's heralds who is standing by the side. The Duke isn't here, but some of his clerks are. They have maps of local sea routes. They have maps of the city, and you can see lots of divination apparatus are out. And there are various agents of Renata's and some of the wizards from the university who are all kicking about, talking about different ways to scry on people and to find the location, things like that.
And I was also asked to ask her about, well, if we can get a teleportation to the place, and also if she has a crew, or if she knows someone who has a crew for a boat.
We have the boats. We just need a crew.
Yeah, we need a crew for a boat.
Okay, so one thing at a time. Renata says, Eclipse, please, what can I do for you? And she looks up from what you can see is a much larger set of arcane scrolls now.
Yes. We found some of Tristane's notes. Only problem, it's in a cipher that is apparently written with a special pen.
Yes, you won't be able to break it, unfortunately. It's one of the inventions of the century. It's pretty much the writing is actually in Tristane's head. If you think of it as that you put the writing in here, the thing that you write on the paper is effectively the key.
Yeah, so even you can't do anything with it?
No, I could, if I had Tristane and the writing, I could do something with it. Because I'd be able to maybe read his mind whilst he's looking at the cipher, or I could read the cipher, put the cipher into his head, and then read his reaction to it. But well, first of all, I would never do that to him because it's clearly something that's meant for him. I would do it to enemies of the state, but that's it.
Right. Other thing, we think we have been able to track the movements of where he's going. We have a boat, but we need a crew for the boat that actually knows how to sail a boat, and we need transportation via teleportation to Sylvania.
Of course. The university will take you wherever you want. You currently are named as the Duke's investigators. They will send you anywhere in the area. As for the crew, you could probably find some in Sylvania. Crews are not particularly difficult to whip up. At the moment, that's pretty much where I would look for. Unfortunately, there are no shacklemen in the docks at the moment.
Okay.
No, they left a few days ago. But the closest that I've heard of is that there's a Forsaken ship nearby, but I doubt they'd help you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk to one of the kings, but it would take time for the crew to arrive, and we want to leave as soon as possible.
Indeed, I'd just go to the docks and recruit people.
Yeah.
There are plenty of Ostermarkian sailors that would be able to just sign on, and there are many who are loyal to the Duke. If you are the Duke's named people at the moment, I mean, the Duke himself would probably order some of his crew from some of his merchant vessels to just join you.
Okay. Yes. No problem with the bill or anything for them. I'll just refer them to either you or the Duke.
The Duke will pay their way. They get a wage for just being part of his merchant navy.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you. That was most of it, I think. Yes, we just to keep you updated on everything, because I assume you want to hear. I don't know how much you already know.
Only what you wish to tell me.
Yeah.
I have my own task at the moment from my own lord.
Yes. We found he was looking. Well, you know him the best, so if there's anyone who can glean his intentions, it's you. And I'm very interested in cooperating in this. So he was looking into stuff for about great houses downfall, and then doing a retribution of like doing some sort of thing. Right. They tried to. But he was reading about houses having great downfalls, but in the end redeeming themselves by doing something very selfless.
Oh, you mean like the Black Forges?
Yes.
The Black Forges ended up losing their nobility when they lost their Dragon Forge, but the ability that they gained as a result of that, their selflessness, they placed effectively the fire of the dragon within themselves. They are one of the most successful dwarven houses to this day because they fell. The fall of a house can be tremendous. They have to give true sacrifice to it all. I'm worried now. I believe that if Tristane intends to empower this chalice that you shared the details of with me, he could commit the line of Ostermark, the house of Ostermark, a great sacrifice. And as a result, he could empower the chalice to be even more powerful than we originally thought. I mean, what would that make?
Yes.
Could it bind the army that would spill forth? Instead
Don't know what is it for. We read something about the Night of the Dark Star. Or the Red Star?
No, the Night of the Dark Star. Yeah, it's a naval.
The Kraken.
Naval thing. Yeah, the Kraken coming back to destroy all. One of hundreds of apocalyptic prophecies that have been made over the years.
Do you think that it's somewhat close and he's trying to stop it?
No. The Lenore would tell me if they suspected that there was some sort of nautical catastrophe that's about to appear. I mean, they've been around recently, but largely I think it's just another one of their sweeps. The siege kind of drew them in as well, but I think they're just crossing the T's and dotting the I's on that one. No, I think if he was reading up on that, maybe he entertained the idea that by killing himself or sacrificing himself in some other way, that he would live, but maybe issue all titles, that he would somehow preserve his people or his father or both. I'm not sure.
Yes.
But that would require, basically, he would put a curse on his own family in order to serve. He's not the first to do so.
I mean, does it sound like something he would do?
He's a man for the moment, Tristane. He likes to solve things, but he'll solve today and solve tomorrow. I have a feeling that if he were to go for it, that's how he would be thinking.
Yes, because he was also looking for places of power, previously known as ley lines.
Yes. These intersections are prominences where the maelstrom is strongest. He would be, yes, he would be looking for a place such as that, and most of them out to sea are mostly unattended. Once again, you'd probably need to get hold of a silverfin for that. They'd be able to tell you a lot more.
Yes. Well, thank you for giving me some more insights into this, because it's very hard when you don't know the very person very well of what they are doing or why would do, because we can only guess so much with information, and as investigators we need to know as much as possible, and sharing information is how we get that information, everybody.
Of course, and your cooperation is greatly appreciated. As say, I'm not setting new missions. I'm not going to turn your hand. She turns to the people who are kind of in this war room that they've made now and says, "We need to be looking at intersects, places where the maelstrom is strongest. If he's doing what I believe he's doing, he'll be obscured by a being that is able to hide him from our sight. We would need to push against a very great being that is pretty much raw power. I think we would get, ladies and gentlemen, more out of detective work than scrying. We shouldn't be leaning on magic as a crutch here. Get to your researchers. I need to know about cursed underwater temples, deep sea temples. Very specifically, I need to know the ones that the silverfins are not currently in attendance on." And at that point, several of the scholars get up and walk out.
Yes, this is what we were able to find, also looking through the books he was looking at. Yes, I'm quite sad that we can't do. Is there anything we can do to break this cipher at all?
No. You would need Tristane's mind. All of the words are there. The cipher is but a key. If you're going to be going further afield, Eclipse, and she walks up to her desk, opens a drawer. I think an upgrade is in order. She pulls out a green organization badge that is trimmed with silver.
Yay.
And hands it to you and says, 1 second. She waves her hand and you're attuned to the new badge, and she takes the old one off you. You now have a long-distance communicator with...
Everybody's gonna love this!
It works pretty much like the old badge, but it does allow you to perform a sending directly to Renata once a day.
Nice. A proper sending, or is it telephone sending?
Sending. Proper sending.
Okay, so...
20 words.
Yes.
But you can message each other as per usual walkie-talkie style between yourself as long as
Yeah.
you're within reasonable distance.
Yes.
Hello, this is Jester.
Do not trust.
I'm not trusting.
How are you?
I am
I'm
cooperating. I'm
Are
not
you
trusting. I'm
pooping?
cooperating with finding
Are
a
you
person.
pooping?
We don't need to keep the information to ourselves because it's all a public investigation.
Are you pooping?
Yes, I'm pooping. Stop it.
Will there be anything else, Eclipse?
No, I think that is it. It's just thought to see if you knew anything. You could break the cipher and just tell you what we found so far, because I know he's important to you, so I want to keep you updated.
No, I'm afraid it's uncrackable. I should know. And she gestures to 3 pens on her desk. I use them myself.
No, nothing's impossible, but it seems very, very difficult.
A voice that sounds suspiciously like Glory in Eclipse's head. I told you so.
Nothing is ever gained if you don't ask.
Well, you've now had confirmed by the Queen of Thieves and Renata Green
Yeah.
that this cipher is crackable. I had to do a lot of thinking regarding that, but because there'd be a lot of people who do the whole strokey beard thing and say, "Well, actually, in D&D, you can." No. This I had to.
I said nothing short of a wish spell.
Yeah, a wish spell would do it.
Yeah.
I'll concede that. A wish spell itself is, I wish I knew what this triggered, and then that would.
And then you just read his gobbledygook or his like pop song lyrics.
It's for his music career. Yeah.
Knowing how wish
Dear diary,
can be,
today I saw a bird. It was very
knowing how
pretty.
wish often can turn out to be a bit like a monkey's paw.
Yeah.
The likelihood is she stops being Eclipse and becomes Tristane.
Yeah.
Because the only way she can read it is to have his mind. And
to have his mind, yes.
Eclipse ceases to be, and Tristane is now in Eclipse's body.
I like it.
Yeah, and there's two of them.
The Jin's fulfillment. Yeah.
You've got to be very careful with the wording of wish spells.
Oh yeah.
Especially if that's the only way, because if that's the only way, then the wish spell will just go, well, that's clearly what you wanted.
Yep, it will take the path of least resistance. So let's not monkey paw this shit, shall we?
We're nowhere near getting a wish spell anyway, so.
Yeah, we
probably
might
best.
not be getting a wish spell anyways. I've been looking into multi-classing.
Anyway, guys, unfortunately, it is 11 o'clock, so we are going to stop there. Thank you to Felicia, Corinne, Kate, and Nick for their story today. And thank you to everybody at home for watching. If you enjoyed our particular Band of Chaos, click the Discord link below and join our community. And if that's a little too much kind of talking, or at least listening to me, it takes a lot to listen to me, then why don't you just follow us and be around for our next stream. We've got a few different streams coming up. If you watched our Vaudeville Ghost, fantastic. There's going to be more. If you didn't, go and watch it. There we go. We're about to stop streaming, so go ahead. And we're going to be doing some more of that. Also, there's no promises at the moment, but I am in discussion with some of the lovely people at the UK Games Expo for their new online event, which is going to take place in place of the expo. I'm going to be offering to DM there online myself. But I'm also looking to see if there's a possibility that we might be able to do a watchable show, but as part of UKGE. So more about that as it comes up. We're currently in discussion as of today, funnily enough. But it's exciting, and conversation has gone quite far ahead so far, so that's good. Other than that, we will be doing more stuff to do with the Vaudeville Ghost and things like it. And we will also be having, not this weekend coming, but next weekend after that, we will be having Call of Cthulhu, where Ed, as you know as JT from our Star Wars game, will be running a Call of Cthulhu one-shot. And I'm really excited because that will be our first non-me DM on Chaotic Neutral Games. Big looking forward to that. But until then, our next performance is Tuesday. Oh,
carry on. No, I just want to put a plug in before we leave. You carry on.
Okay, sure. Our next performance is going to be a performance stream, whatever. Is going to be Tuesday at 8 p.m., where we'll be playing Star Wars Legends of the Sprawl and continuing with Victoria's slight problem with, I'm going to mess it up, Bjorn Hullrender and the Isvarin. The Ice Wolf.
So Simon, if it's supposed to be the Ice Wolf, it's Isvarian. If it's just Ice Wolf, it's Isvar.
Isvar. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to hand over to Kate.
Well, and I'm going to just say that Minion has asked you a question, Simon, which is, are you going to be a player in that, Simon? Which I think he's referring to the Call of Cthulhu.
The Call of Cthulhu. In Call of Cthulhu, assuming that there's space, I'd like to offer it to the other Chaotix first. Assuming that there's space, then I will play, but I'm always on this stream. So
you never get to play.
But I do never get to play. This is true. So I would like to be a player. But if it's Ed and some other people, that's cool. I've been wanting to step back and let the channel grow organically for some time now. And so if everybody else wants to play, I'll step back. If there's space, I'll be there. So, Kate, yes, and of course this is new coming up, so go for it.
Yeah, I just want to plug a different channel, I'm afraid, but luckily nothing clashing with here. But if you want to come watch more RPGs, I'm actually going to be playing in a brand new show called The Wall, which is the Song of Ice and Fire RPG set at the Wall 100 years before, I think, the events of the show. And that's over on Encounter Roleplay, starting on Monday for 6 weeks. Short little season of that. I play a wildling. I've been busy working on my character, but we start on Monday. I'm kind of scared. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. We're going to be cosplaying. Yeah, it's at 8 p.m. UK time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. So do come and join us and say hi over at Encounter Roleplay. Hopefully, maybe if Simon's willing, we can maybe
spam the glory emote when you arrive there.
Yes, yes. Hopefully, we can
yes,
do
we'll
that.
be hosting the event as well. So
yes, I was hoping maybe we can host it. That'd be great.
Yeah, I unfortunately there's no kind of conditional auto host for certain days. So what I'll probably do is on Monday I'll just spam Encounter up to the top on Monday night and then just bring it back down on the list later. But yes, we will be.
You can do a /host specific thing.
Oh yeah, I could do it manually, couldn't I? Yeah. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to see how long Kate lasts wearing furs in this weather.
I know. It's gonna be a bad idea. I might even
cosplay
be
a
wig
wildling.
I know. In the height of summer, yeah, in the warmest room in this house. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Great.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and seeing both Kate and Encounter. I've watched Encounter before, not recently, but that's because there's just so many damn things to watch at the moment. And so please, check that out. Monday, 8 p.m. Encounter Roleplay. So, I think that's everything. Any other announcements from anybody else? No. Okay, cool. In that case, thank you everybody for watching, and take care. We will see you on Monday, on Tuesday. You'll see Kate on Monday.
Nighty night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.